When we started thinking about the architecture of Carlton Landing, we wanted to have something that was very much Oklahoman, that it fit with our architectural style. But if you look at the history of Oklahoma, because of the land run, everybody brought their architectural influences with them from the motherland, and so we don't have an Oklahoma vernacular that's named, the Oklahoma house, such as like a Georgian style or a Charleston style home or a Cape Cod home. All of these regions that have just one vernacular style are clear, but here we've got a hodgepodge. So if you drive through Heritage Hills, you'll see a smorgasbord of all these different kinds of architectural styles that sprung up 100 years ago. And so what we said is, well, what's the Oklahoma story? And just about every family has a farm at some point in their story. My great-grandmother was part of the land run. She was in Cotton County, southwest Oklahoma. On my dad's side, my mom's side, we're in North Oklahoma around Burlington. And so everyone has a family farm, and a lot of times those family farms, those farmhouses are kind of falling in on themselves. The small farm's been taken over by the corporate or hunting leases and stuff like that. So we said, let's go to a traditional American farmhouse and let's let that be the style of Carlton Landing. And so what we have are, several different versions of a traditional American farmhouse. Some are brick, most are wood, and you've just got an assortment of homes that certainly don't have a repeating or cookie cutter element to it, but they all fit contextually because they come from the same historically accurate inspiration. So it's a 26 gauge galvanized, it's called a 5V crimp, which is common in the low country, South Carolina. You don't see it so much in Oklahoma, but it's a great roofing product. It looks like standing seam, but the 5V is easier to install and is more appropriate for a farmhouse style. We've got a lot of homes that range from 900 square feet up to about 1,400 or 1,500 square feet, smaller cottages, primarily for weekenders. And then from about 1,500 up to 2,500 square feet are most of our larger specs. And then our custom homes, we've got several that are up to 4,000 square feet and a couple that are even as much as 6,000 square feet.
Okay.
So customs just run the gamut, and we let owners do what they want to do. There's a design code and a design review process that lets their designs work together and not try to compete against each other. For instance, you can have a home that's a large home and a home built right next door to it that might be half of its size, but the way that the design code works, it elevates the smaller home and it humbles the larger home in a way that causes the homes to work together.
Yeah,
so
that's
on
cool.
This, looking at this street, you have 930 square feet, 1,500, 1,400, 2,200, 1,800. And they're all built together. But as you walk up the boardwalk, one doesn't just stand out as a much bigger home than the other. So, here at the pool, we've got 2 bathhouses that are on either side of the pool tower. We wanted the pool to be, a gathering place for people to get to know each other and have good times together and relax. But we also wanted the pool and other civic amenities like the pool or Pavilion Park to serve as bookends, so that they're a view terminus on this Boulevard Street. So on either end of Boulevard, which is 2 blocks long, you've got a pool on one end and the tennis courts will be behind. You got Pavilion Park on the other end, and the Nature Center will be right behind that with trails that go down to an amphitheater, which is on the lake. And so that's what holds down either end of Boulevard with 26 homes built between. But in the summertime, this is like packed out. And if you've got beer but no burgers, or burgers but no beer, you just show up at the lake and bring what you've got, and someone else will have the rest of it. So every night there's 2 or 3 dinners going on, and there's a lot of neighbors that are just hanging out here.